Hello, this is an electoral video. I want to show you guys based off of my last electoral video, which came out like a day ago or 2 days ago. I wanted to do a point by point video, and that was actually the original part of that. And someone said that in the comments too. Can you do a point by point electoral video? Not explain it all, just kind of show how close the election actually is and how close it is to actually being like a landslide, right? So this is the end result, right? This is as far as it is possible, I think, for Trump to get. Yes, so Maryland is a shit ton of points to get to. It's very difficult, but he has no shot in hell of winning Hawaii or DC. In order for him to do that, he needs to get, I'm pretty sure, almost like 70% of the vote, which is, I mean, if that happens, that would be incredible. The only time I'm pretty sure that's like really happened was with like James Monroe, George Washington, and Thomas Jefferson. I'm pretty sure that is the only time in history, that American history, that has actually happened. So, maybe if Trump is Jefferson, maybe that'll happen, but I'm not totally sure. So, we're going to go to the election right now. So let's go to the first one. I'm going to have to keep adjusting these two just to fit the screen recorder box. So here's where the election is right now. This is one I talked about in the first electoral video. And so, yeah, again, right now, no change. This is how close the election is. So Clinton is obviously just like one swing state away, really, from winning. So it's definitely leaning in her favor. And that's why you see, like 538, where it's like right now Clinton has a like 60% chance to Trump's 40%. Even betting markets make that, chance a little bit more obvious. In that regard, it's 60-40. This is why, because Clinton just needs to win one state, right? I mean, if you're going to gamble on, 3, 4, 5, 6 swing states, if you include Maine, then chances are she's going to get at least one of them, right? So that's what it looks like with right now. But if you're going to go 1 point ahead, Trump wins. Would you look at that? 1 point ahead, and Trump wins. Right at 270. And then PA, there's a chance to win that state too. So that's what people don't seem to understand in terms of how close this election actually is and how the demographics have changed so much, where Trump is only 1 point ahead from where, Mitt Romney was 4 points ahead. If Mitt Romney were to go up 4 points, he would win all of these states and that would be it. Trump is only 1 point away from winning them all. So, yeah, it turns out Trump might actually have been the most electable of all of the Republicans. And I actually, believe that now. Definitely. Very confidently believe that Trump is the most electable. And in my last video, remember, I said that Trump would probably get between 7 and 17% of the vote above Clinton. Or not above Clinton, but from where he is right now, he'll move up 7 points. And so we'll see what the map looks like at that point, and we'll see why I said he's going to win in a landslide. So this is at, obviously moving up at 1 point. Now let's move up 2 points. Boom. 290 right there. So he wins PA, Minnesota, Virginia. They're starting to fall. You're seeing that the Midwest is starting to lean. It still leans Clinton for the most part, but it's starting to switch over, right? In just 2 points. Where Michigan you start to see changing. Wisconsin is changing. Colorado is finally a swing state. And with Virginia, by the way, because Hillary chose Tim Kaine as her VP, because of that, I made it a little bit more difficult for Virginia to swing in Trump's favor. Usually, from what I understand, 538 actually said that it takes about 2 points, or it adds an additional 2 points that you have to kind of overgo to win that state because of, obviously the VP advantage. So, yes, Virginia, a little bit tougher, but it's on the same route as Minnesota right now. So, okay, we're at 2 points. Let's go to 3 points. 3 points, we're at 299. So we're getting closer to Obama versus Romney numbers in the Republicans' favor. Obviously, we're really close to 300, but Minnesota, swing state, Virginia, swing. That's pretty much it. But what you should notice, the things that you really should take a look at are Connecticut. One of the tri-state area, I guess, states, tri-state states, is starting to turn. New Mexico, you would not think that, but New Mexico is starting to turn as well. I'm sure some people are going to be like, oh no, New Mexico. Listen, yeah, the name is New Mexico, but that doesn't mean that Trump can't win that state. Just FYI, right? Remember, Arizona, right next to it. Texas, right next to it. Both red, so it's not like this is some crazy conspiracy, right? But then there's also Oregon. So that is where you're starting to see, okay, this is where you start to see the landslide really begin to unfold. So now let's go up 4 points. Boom. Minnesota, Virginia, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Swing states right there. Swing states ablaze. And the big one to look at is New Jersey. So when people say, because I remember Paul Manafort talking to Chris Matthews during the convention, Paul Manafort's like, I think we can actually win New Jersey. I think that we can do pretty damn well. And Chris Matthews is like, oh, what the hell are you talking about? You're gonna win every single state, but it's like, no, really not. Like New Jersey is actually, I would say, fairly. I think he's gonna win it personally, obviously, but even if he wasn't, like, it's not like it's this crazy, like, long shot. It really isn't. I mean, how many points ahead are we? We're 4 points ahead. So if you were to switch Obama's lead with Romney to Trump's versus Hillary, which is entirely possible, especially after this DNC email stuff, FBI with Hillary, like her falling downhill further and further, like she has been, it only makes sense to me that, 4 points really is not that much in politics, and people don't seem to realize that, but it's true. So let's go to the next one, Steve. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 5. We're at 5, and this is where you start to see Trump fulfill the coalition. So the only state he is missing out of his core base is Illinois, right? So he has virtually all of the Midwest. He has virtually all of the South. Besides, I guess, if you include Maryland and Delaware, I guess the census does, but I'm sure a lot of you won't. But yeah, it's looking like Trump is gonna be pretty much in landslide mode pretty soon, because we're at 351 electoral votes. With only 5%. Remember, only being up 5%. Trump winning basically 55% to Hillary's 45%, let's say, right? So, yes. Okay, so let's go to the next one. And this is it. We're at 6%. And remember, I said 7% is what I believe to be Trump's minimum. And at 6%, we're already at a landslide. We're at 370 votes, 6 points, landslide. It is, by the way, it is much more difficult for Hillary to get a landslide than Trump. If it goes 6 points in the other direction, Hillary does not get a landslide. So just FYI, it's actually easier for Trump to get a landslide. So yes, we're winning Oregon, New Mexico. So we have almost every Western state. We obviously have almost every Midwestern state, and New England, the Northeast, is starting to fall apart. New Jersey, swing state, Connecticut, we have it. Yeah, Trump's looking pretty damn good right now. Trust me, if I wake up and this is the election map, then I am one hell of a happy camper. So then the rest of them I keep going until obviously we get to that 500, I think it was 512 electoral votes. Just kind of see how everything progresses. And I said that it was definitely a pretty decent possibility, in my opinion, that Trump wins California and New York. I think that, or at least he's incredibly close to winning. And so, yeah, I'll show you guys how that goes too. But right now, we are at 6 points and we're officially at landslide mode. Okay? So, yeah, be happy, Republicans. Be happy, Trumpians. should say. 7%. There. Yeah, so pretty much not a whole lot changing. 8%. You're starting to see Washington change. Oh, did I touch one? Yep. Oops. Let me fix that. There. Yeah, so you're starting to see Washington change. Delaware. Illinois is starting to change now. I think the electoral 270 to win was actually glitching up a little bit, or there's a couple like bugs with the map where on some states where if you try switching the colors, there were some maps I would try using, it wouldn't work correctly, where I couldn't go through every shade I wanted to. So for Illinois, it's the light blue. The last map before that was supposed to be the, in between the light and the dark blues. So yeah, there's a little bit of that. That's gonna happen with Delaware. But yeah, so let's continue. So we're at a swing state now. So we went through quite a few maps. There's not a whole lot of changing, and there's not going to be a whole hell of a lot of changing. Illinois, I believe, has to be at, 12. I think it was 12%. No. Maybe a few before. I can't remember, but it was obviously a little bit longer to get to that. And then obviously he's winning now. That's when you get to over 400. That's a big deal for Trump, obviously. And I believe it was at 16 that we're starting to see California and New York begin the change. Or actually, I think that was, no, because I think we're three ahead of each one. I know I'm confusing you all now, but bear with me. I'm sure a lot of you have already clicked off this video. Yeah, so I think it's actually 3 before. So 13. I think 13% is when New York and CA begin to really, come together. So it would be 9 points for Illinois, 9 or 10. It's either 2 or 3 points. I know I'm fucking like rambling on at this point, like whatever. You're not watching this. I know you're not. All right, we're at swing state territory. That's exciting. Keep going. Boom, boom. Getting Massachusetts. Boom. Do that. And there. So that's where we got. So if you watch to the very end of this video, I applaud you. Thank you very much. And I guess with that being said, hit the like button for me, fucking up at the very end of it, whatever. But the beginning is what you all cared about, right? I think the first 2/3 of this video, pretty damn good. Towards the end, it's kind of like, what the hell do I talk about? But again, like, comment, subscribe, do all of that shit. I'm not forcing you to, but I would appreciate it because I love you. All right, so thank you and bye.